anger and sadness in Biddeford, Maine. People gathering to remember the Colombian father who was shot and killed by an ICE agent.
Down with deportation!
Down with deportation!
This has become an inflection point for protests across New England, including here in Boston.
Tonight, federal agents are investigating the third ICE-related death in a week after a man running from immigration agents in Florida was hit and killed by a semi-truck. ICE is now pausing most traffic stops as lawmakers and other officials demand answers.
And as Brandon Truitt shows us from Biddeford, Maine tonight, the community is still very much in mourning.
CBS News partner spoke with Johan Guerrero's father in Colombia. He says his son was a loving, hardworking dad himself. Community organizers tell us he was taking his daughter to daycare on Monday morning when he was shot and killed by an ICE officer, and this community is seeking full accountability. The memorial grows on Hill Street in Biddeford, this small Maine town reckoning with the sudden loss of a young husband and father. 25-year-old Johan Sebastian Guerrero of Colombia shot and killed by ICE officers Monday morning. Lawmakers tell us he was not the intended target of the ICE operation, but there are few answers from federal authorities on exactly what happened. You can hear at least 6 gunshots in this video from a nearby home. ICE says they were trying to make a vehicle stop, claiming Guerrero tried driving away. In fearing for public safety, an officer discharged his weapon. This view from outside shows that white car crawl into the intersection before slowly driving in circles. ICE officers approach it, attempt but fail to open the doors. An agent in a white SUV ultimately pins Guerrero's car.
They opened the door and they pulled the man out. He had blood all over his face, all over his head.
What we do not see is the shooting itself. These ICE officers were not wearing body cameras, despite the agency receiving $20 million in federal funding to expand its supply. Maine lawmakers left, right, and center are taking issue with that. Republican Senator Susan Collins pushed for that funding. She says the head of Homeland Security told her the cameras were delayed because of this spring's government shutdown, and added officers in larger cities received cameras first.
This should be standard procedure for all ICE and Border Patrol agents.
Protests continued in Biddeford Tuesday and up the road in Scarborough at a Maine ICE facility. CBS News sources revealed a temporary change at ICE. The agency will halt most vehicle stops nationwide until officers receive additional training.
The family is, 1, devastated, and 2, scared.
The Maine Immigrant Rights Coalition spoke with Guerrero's family and says he had a social security number and a work permit. Federal authorities would not confirm that, but the nonprofit says they've learned his 3-year-old daughter was in the car during the shooting. Yet another layer for this community to digest.
What started as a normal day just turned into a tragic turn of events.
And the Colombian embassy tells us they are providing support services to the family, and they too are seeking answers from Homeland Security. In Biddeford, Maine, Brandon Truitt, WBZ News.
Brandon, thank you. And tonight, Massachusetts Governor Maura Healey says she has spoken to the governor of Maine twice since the shooting, and Healey is joining the calls now for a full investigation.
Responsibility of the Department of Homeland Security is to keep Americans safe. ICE is not doing that, and that needs to change.
And today outside of the White House, the border czar, Tom Homan, said the investigation needs to play out. And if there was any inappropriate action by ICE, there will be accountability. And he said he wants to get body cameras deployed as quickly as possible because he says they will show that ICE officers were innocent. Lisa.
Well, David.